Time on Motorweek. After 15 years, a new century, another cue from Infinity, and big fun in the Big Easy. So come drive with us next.
Motorweek, television's original automotive magazine. Your host for Motorweek, John Davis.
Well, hello and welcome again to Motorweek. We're glad to have you with us. In the automotive world, popular cars aren't necessarily the newest. Take the Buick Century, for example. It's been a perennial favorite among family sedans for 15 years. That's the same number of years since its last major redesign. But everything changes eventually, and for 1997, Buick has finally given us an all-new replacement. But considering how much everyone loved the old car, one has to wonder if the average Buick buyer is really ready for the next century. Well, they certainly should be, because Buick went to those customers and asked them what things they would change on the all-new 97 Century and what they would leave alone. Armed with that wish list of features and using a stiffened version of the GM10 or W-body chassis, Buick created a longer, wider, and taller Century sedan in custom and limited trim. The Century station wagon is discontinued. We sampled several prototypes at the very un-Buick-like location of Orlando, Florida's Walt Disney World. Why there? Because Buick expects this new Century to compete against high-volume mid-size family sedans like the Taurus, Camry, and Accord. Buick's catchphrase for Century is "quality begins with design," while the Century's exterior design is a quality one, if conservative. Stretched 4.1 inches in wheelbase, it's one that avoids faddish styling gimmicks, so it should remain fresh for years. And it was accomplished without losing that familiar Buick look. A trademark chrome grille with new clear lens headlamps up front and a full width lamp treatment for the squarish rear. Century also receives a completely new interior, with not only the expected Buick level of luxury for 6, but an additional 5.9 cubic feet of space for them to enjoy. The use of warmer yet lighter colors and soft-touch surfaces make for a more friendly environment. The dash now merges with the door panels, and all switchgear is large and easy to use. Although gauges, while clear, are minimal. Much better than minimal is the 3-across 55-45 split bench seat. Although overall comfort is good and back support adequate, we'd still like some lateral support. Leather is optional. There are 5 sound systems to choose from, plus redundant steering wheel controls are available for the first time. Zoned climate controls are available for the first time too. An air filtration system to remove dust and pollen is standard. In back, there's a spacious rear seat that's slightly higher than the front, and rear air conditioning outlets. A built-in child safety seat is another first-time option. While unfortunately there's no pass-through to the trunk, the cargo bay will hold a generous 16.7 cubic feet of stuff. That includes golf clubs lengthwise, important cargo to typical Buick buyers. The sole Century power plant is GM's proven 3.1-liter pushrod V6. Its lack of noise at idle prompted Buick to make sure you can't engage the starter when the engine is running. Output is a reasonable 160 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. Enough to pull our 3,359-pound Century up to 60 on any expressway in 9 seconds. Off-the-line punch is surprisingly good. The standard 4-speed automatic regulates the engine's power very well with effortless shifts. Century adds independent rear suspension for 97, but that hardly makes it a sports sedan. Still, with struts at each corner, it can handle all real-world handling exercises with ease, albeit in a very soft manner. Our car's speed-sensitive power steering is a bit overboosted at low speeds, but does allow for easy parking lot maneuverability. There's more rubber at each corner than before, too, as all Centuries get 15-inch wheels wearing 205/70 series tires. While construction kept us off our normal test track, entertaining 2-lane blacktops proved the Century to be a well-behaved platform. Brakes remain front disc with rear drums, but an anti-lock system is now standard. Pedal pulsation is very mild. EPA fuel economy estimates for the new Century are 20 city and 29 highway. Our real-world driving returned 27 miles on regular gas. And thanks to those triple door seals and other acoustic improvements, we recorded an excellent sound reading of just 65 decibels. Prices are sound too. The base for a Century Custom is $18,395, while a Limited starts at $19,770. Figures like those, plus a modern interpretation of the Boulevard ride, make the Century more than competitive in its midsize class, especially considering that 70% of Camrys and 90% of Accords have only four-cylinder engines. We think when any potential family car buyer sees how much Buick their dollars can buy, they'll be thrilled that a new Century is right around the corner. Whether your car is old or new,